Imagine a time when one man nearly united the entire Balkans, forging an empire to rival Byzantium. This is the story of Tsar Samuil and his forgotten Bulgarian Empire. In the late 10th century, the Byzantine Empire dominated, while Bulgaria, weakened by internal strife, seemed doomed after its capital fell in 971. Yet, in the rugged western mountains, resistance flared. Here, a new leader would rise. The people, fiercely independent, waited for someone to channel their defiance, a leader who would ignite a war of liberation. That leader was Samuil, a man of military genius and unyielding determination. For over 40 years, Samuil's rebellion would clash with the might of Byzantium, shaping the fate of the Balkans. This is the epic struggle between Tsar Samuil and his nemesis, Emperor Basil II. In Macedonia, as Bulgaria crumbled, four brothers, the Cometopuli, rose in rebellion. The youngest, Samuil, would become the driving force. Their guerrilla war harassed Byzantine garrisons, but tragedy struck. Two brothers died, and Samuil eliminated the third, Aaron, for suspected treason. By 977, Samuil stood alone, leading the resistance and rebuilding a new Bulgarian state from the mountains. He mastered the terrain, launching surprise attacks and inspiring fierce loyalty among his followers. Samuil wasn't just restoring the old order, he was forging a new, resilient empire. In 997, he was crowned Tsar, but he had ruled in practice for years. His rise was meteoric, a force Byzantium could not ignore. For a time, it seemed nothing could stop him. Samuil's leadership transformed defeat into a new era of hope for the Balkans. The stage was set for a showdown with the greatest empire of the age. With the old capitals lost, Samuil chose Ohrid and Prespa as his new centers of power, defensible, symbolic, and loyal. He built fortresses, established his court, and transformed Ohrid into a thriving political and religious hub. Samuil re-established the Bulgarian Patriarchate, asserting spiritual independence from Byzantium. Life in his realm was shaped by war, but also by a unique Slavic Christian culture. Ohrid became the engine of his expansion, a beacon of freedom for the region's Slavs. Its strategic location allowed Samuil to project power across the Balkans. For a generation, Ohrid rivaled Constantinople as the heart of the Balkans. It was the symbol of Samuil's defiance and imperial dream. With his power secure, Samuil launched audacious campaigns, reclaiming lost lands and pushing deep into Byzantine territory. His armies swept north, west, and south, subjugating Serbia, reaching the Adriatic, and capturing key cities like Dyrrhachium and Larissa. In 986, at the gates of Trajan, Samuil ambushed and destroyed a Byzantine army, nearly capturing Emperor Basil II. This victory stunned Byzantium and gave Samuil years to expand his empire. At its height, his realm stretched from the Black Sea to the Adriatic, encircling Byzantine holdings. Samuil was master of the Balkans, but his triumphs created a relentless enemy in Basil II. The stage was set for a brutal, drawn-out conflict. Samuil's empire seemed unstoppable until Basil's revenge began. The fate of the Balkans would be decided in fire and blood. The final act of this epic struggle was about to begin. Basil II, humiliated at the gates of Trajan, became obsessed with destroying Samuil. After years of preparation, he launched a relentless war of attrition, besieging fortresses, devastating lands, and slowly strangling Samuil's empire. Samuil fought back with raids and diversions, but Basil's methodical advance could not be stopped. The loss of Skopje was a turning point, cutting Samuil's lines and weakening his hold. The war became a desperate struggle for survival, with the Bulgarians constantly on the defensive. Basil's campaigns left the Balkans in ruins, villages burned, and fortresses abandoned. Samuil's once mighty army was stretched thin, fighting a losing battle. The endgame approached, a final confrontation in the Valley of Kleidion. The fate of Samuil's empire hung by a thread. The most tragic chapter was about to unfold. In 1014, Samuil made his stand at the fortified Kleidion Pass, determined to halt Basil's advance. For days, the Bulgarians held firm, but Basil's general outflanked them, trapping Samuil's army. The Bulgarians were crushed. Samuil barely escaped. Basil captured 15,000 soldiers and ordered them blinded, sending them back in a ghastly procession. The sight broke Samuil's heart. He died days later, his empire shattered. His son was murdered soon after, and the empire crumbled from within. By 1018, Bulgaria was absorbed into Byzantium. The dream was over. For a brief moment, Samuil had nearly united the Balkans under a Slavic banner. His story is one of ambition, defiance, and ultimate tragedy. The lost empire of the Balkans remains a powerful, forgotten chapter in European history. Tsar Samuil's legacy endures, a testament to the power of hope against impossible odds.